Hello everyone! Running here back with another video. Today, I'll be doing the monthly airport update that I have been doing for the past couple of months. I think I might have started in October or November. But anyway, the airport for this airport update is going to be Seattle, Tacoma. As you can see, we have a lot of planes on the taxiways and a lot of empty gates. The reason is that this place takes place after COVID, 2022, 2023, well, all the years after the last person has been vaccinated. We have all the new models that I have gotten in this update. They will be, Just one thing to say, I know I did say that once Alaska got their first MAX aircraft, I would do an airport update. Well, the day that Alaska will get the MAX is still a mystery, and I have been really anxious to get this video out. So, the only thing I know about the MAX for Alaska is it's getting delivered in January, which is the month I recorded this video on. So I decided to just do an update on January because it's the month where Alaska will get their first MAX. But anyway, we have a lot of planes to go through, so let's begin with the update. The first plane we will be doing will be a new model, which is the Horizon Air Q400 in the Boise State livery. This is beginning its takeoff run. This is beginning its takeoff run for Portland. Just about to land on runway 16 right, or should I say center. We have United Airlines 757 and the Herald here California livery, which is about to land from San Francisco. Starting with the first plane on the taxiway, we have an Alaska Airlines Dash 8 Q400, which just arrived in from Portland. Here, we have another new model. We have a U.S. Airways Express Dash 8 300. U.S. Airways no longer exists, but I got this for Christmas if you had seen my Christmas unboxing video, so that's why I'm calling it U.S. Airways. Well, let's just say it's operating for American Eagle. And this is getting ready to head out to LAX. Behind the U.S. Airways Express, we have an Alaska Airlines 737-700, which is waiting to go on the milk run. That's the only place where Alaska actually takes their 737-700s. But I'm not trying to be that realistic. I'll send the 737-700 for Alaska on other places because, well, it can, but it just doesn't. Behind the Alaska, we have Southwest Airlines 737-800. This is the first NG models plane in this update. This is waiting for its turn to go on. This is waiting for its turn to go to Chicago O'Hare, stopping in Las Vegas. Behind the Southwest, we have another new model. We have the Alaska 737-800 in the Honoring Those Who Serve livery. This is also waiting for its turn to go to, hold on, let me think of something. Washington Dulles. Behind the, this is also made by NG. Behind the Alaska, we have another Alaska 737-800. This time in the regular livery. This is the last NG model of the update. This is waiting for its turn to go to Washington Reagan. Here we have the first Daron of this update. Most of the actual planes here are models and not Darons. But anyway, we have Narrow Mexico 787-8. This is going to head out into Mexico City after it waits for all these planes to get on to take off. Behind the Aeromexico, we have an Alaska Airlines Dash 8 Q400 in the old livery. This is going to head out to Medford once it gets its turn. Now at the North Terminal, we have an Alaska Airlines 737-700, which just arrived in from from LAX. Finally, for the North Terminal, for now, as soon as they get more models, the North Terminal will begin to fill up. But anyway, for now, the final plane at the North Terminal, we have an Alaska Airlines MD-83, which will be heading out to Mexico City. Beginning at the North Satellite, we're going to get to the North Satellite a lot faster since there are barely any gates open. But anyway, we have an Alaska Airlines Dash 8 Q400. The next plane I'm actually going to put out the accessories. I'm sorry for not putting out the accessories. But anyway, we have an Alaska Airlines Dash 8 Q400, which just arrived in from Portland, and it is not going to refuel or get any more food until 3:00 p.m. where it will be going on its new flight to Missoula, Montana. Just pushing back from the accessory over there, we have the first of 3 Airbuses. Actually, all 3 Airbus planes are actually at Seattle right now. But anyway, we have the first of 3 Airbuses. We have an Alaska Airlines A321neo. This is pushing out for San Francisco. Next, we have an Alaska Airlines Airbus A319, which is getting food, which is, hold on. I had to adjust the accessory. But anyway, this is getting fueled up and getting loaded with Biscoff cookies and frozen food for its flight out to Washington, which is about to go to Washington Dulles. And finally, for the Airbuses, for the Alaska Airbuses, we have a Alaska Airlines A320, a new model. Both of these are new models if you see my unboxings for them. This just arrived in from Honolulu, Hawaii, and it is getting the luggage going for the baggage claim, and the cargo getting loaded in for the cargo place somewhere. And finally, for the North Satellite, we have an Alaska Airlines 737-900 without winglets. This is getting the full payload, as it will be soon heading out to Kalahui, Maui. And first, for the regional terminal, we have an Alaska Airlines E-175, which has just had the last accessories leave the plane, which is the baggage loader, the baggage carriers, the 2 buses, boarding things already there. And this will soon be pushed back for El Paso in Texas. Next to the E-175, we have an Alaska Airlines Q400 in the Huskies livery. This is just deboarding from Medford. Fun fact, this particular plane actually went from Medford to Seattle earlier today on Flight Radar 24. So I just decided to put it on that route because it actually went on there earlier today. But anyway, next to the Q400, we have the last E-175 for this update. We have the Alaska E-175 in the Honoring Those Who Serve livery. This is also getting the full payload because it will be heading out to San Francisco very soon. So for this part, I'm not actually going to use any accessories because they are too far for me to get to. So we're just going to have to, we're just going to have to imagine that the accessories are there. But anyway, beginning with the planes parked at an actual gate, we have a Flybe we have a Flybe ATR-72, which just arrived in from Dallas Love Field. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say that this is operating for American Eagle. But anyway, this American Eagle ATR 72, which is retired actually, just arrived in from Dallas Love Field. Next, we have an Alaska Airlines Q400 in the new livery. This will be heading to Billings, Montana. And concluding the regional terminal, we have a Horizon Dash 8 Q400 in the Horizon white livery. This was before Horizon's final plane got painted. This will be heading to Portland in a few minutes. Now for the South Satellite, we have an Iberia A350, which will be heading out to Hong Kong in a few minutes. Next, we have an Air Canada 777, which will be heading to Toronto in a few minutes. And finally, for the South Satellite part, we have a American Eagle Dash 8 300, which just arrived in from Vancouver. I actually switched around all the gates, so this is part of the South Terminal. But anyway, here we have a United 777-300ER, which will be heading to Tokyo. Finally, for the passenger flights, we have an Air Force One 747-400, 747-8, which is going to Washington Dulles to pick up Donald Trump. Next, for the cargo terminal, we have a UPS 747-8, which will be heading up to Anchorage in a few minutes. And finally, we have a we just have a 787, which is on a test flight from Payne Field, and will be heading back there after it gets some maintenance in this engine that caught fire just a few minutes ago. And finally, concluding the updates, we have an Alaska Airlines 737 MAX 9, which just came in from Boeing Field, and it will be sitting here for a couple of months. For its first flight. This is actually set to be the first MAX delivery for Alaska, and it just arrived from Boeing Field, and soon it will be getting ready to fly on its very first flight to I do not know. I'll know once the route comes in, but anyway, this concludes the monthly airport update of Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to Ronin Aviation. Hit that notification bell to be alerted of all new Ronin Aviation videos that will be uploaded in the future. Thanks for watching, and I will see you whenever I decide to upload a video. Bye!